I did not tell my dad that I loved him until the day he was diagnosed with terminal cancer. For real, for real. Let's talk about it. But before I do, let me introduce you to the newest feature of my social media. We're gonna call it Sunday Storytime with Johnny Poo. What kind of grown man refers to themselves as Johnny Poo? Well, I don't in my normal life, but that is what my late wife Michelle used to call me and what my kid called me before she got too old and too cool. So let's have some fun with it. First edition of Sunday Storytime with Johnny Poo. A year before my dad got unexpectedly diagnosed with terminal cancer, I remember my mom said to me, "You know your father thinks you hate him." We would butt heads sometimes, but I most definitely did not. Fast forward a year. He gets unexpectedly diagnosed with terminal cancer. I remember watching my mom walk out of the office when she got the news. I was in the waiting room with my aunt. And we go back to their home. My sister comes over with her husband, and we're all kind of sitting in like the living room area for a bit. My puppy is chewing on something he's not supposed to. Hold on. Archie. Play with you. Bonesy. And my dad, after about an hour, says that he's gonna go lay down for a bit in the bedroom. So he goes. And about 10 minutes later, I follow him in there. And I start sobbing. Well, I get in the bed with him. I lay in the bed with him. And I start sobbing uncontrollably. I'm 24 years old at this point. He was 46. And I start telling him, "I love you so much. I love you so much. You're my hero. I love you so much. You're my hero." I don't remember ever telling my dad I loved him until that moment. I mean, sure, I probably did it when I was a 4, 5, 6-year-old boy, but I don't remember ever telling him until that moment. Here's my point. I suck with vulnerability. I do. People are gonna be like, "No, you don't, John. I read your books. I watch your videos. I heard your keynote." Yeah, it's easy for me to be vulnerable with strangers. But when it comes to the people in my life, generally speaking, I have sucked with vulnerability. It took my dad being diagnosed with terminal cancer, 1 year left to live, they said, in order for me to tell him I love him and that he was my hero. Part of growing as a person is recognizing where you struggle and saying, "I want to get better there." And then doing the work that needs to get done to get better there, to build your toolbox. I have a keynote called "Love Them Like It's Your Last." Love them like it's your last. And the premise of that keynote is we should be loving the people in our lives the way we would love them if it was our last day here. I'm still not good at that. But I've gotten better. And I'm trying to get good at that.